going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Zay After Dark. It currently isn't after dark, but we still, you feel me, chilling. It make no difference to me. Now, before I even say anything else, I know it's been a minute. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I uploaded. Hopefully soon I'm gonna get into a video of why that is. But long story short, basically, I was just enjoying the fruits of my labor, I guess, as you could say, right? Today I got a pretty special episode for y'all, which is gonna be another in-depth episode. Today we're gonna be talking about the art of stealth, okay? The art of stealth and the idea of achieving your goals in silence, why I believe silence is a useful tool. But I'm also gonna get into some of the flaws of this, technique and this way of living life. And the reason why I feel like I can speak on this is because this is the way I've been living my life for years now, for good reason as well. So I'm gonna get into all that today, hopefully help y'all get a better understanding by the time that this video ends. Quick disclaimer, this is not easy, all right? Anybody who isn't used to living this way and is used to sharing their life, day in and day out, this is gonna be hard to transition to. For me personally, this isn't something I chose to transition to, more of a thing that just kind of developed upon me, I guess. So this wasn't like a hard transition for me. It was more just like a growing and understanding why I choose to do this, right? For today's episode, we're gonna talk about, the art of silence when it comes to achieving your goals, right? There's different aspects in the art of stealth that I could really get into, different topics, different aspects of life. But today we're gonna focus on specifically why the art of stealth is a useful tool in achieving your goals. If y'all want a part 2, let me know down in the comments below. But I wanna start off my first point by saying that when it comes to achieving your goals, right? The reason why the art of stealth is a useful way to kind of maneuver. Dang, I just realized I don't even got my microphone in. But anyway, the reason why this is a useful way to kind of maneuver in life is because if you think about some times that you shared some of your goals with some people, something that you wanted to do, or an idea that you had for a specific project, or just anything in that sense, right? If you really think and look, you'll probably realize that a lot of times your ideas got shot down, or like they decided to put just negativity behind it. And I don't know about y'all, but for me, this is something that happened very often with any time I brought up any of my goals or dreams, which I had a lot of them growing up as a child because there was so much different stuff I wanted to do, hopping from hobby to hobby, and then bringing up to my parents that this is what I love doing, then it just gets shot down. Just like they just throw all negativity in my direction, negativity in my head. And of course, when you respect those people, their opinions are gonna mean a lot more. So whenever you share these opinions or these thoughts, ideas that you have with everybody in your life, you kind of open up the space and allow people to get in there and just fill your head with different negative thoughts and opinions that you really don't need. Like, let's say you think about running a marathon, something that'll make you very happy, that you would be very proud of if you completed it, is running a marathon. And then you just got multiple people that you tell, oh, I want to run this marathon, I doubt you will have many, if any, people telling you, oh, that's a great idea, you can do it, just make sure you get the right training in, wake up on time, whatever. Just filling your head with actual encouragement and positivity. A lot more people will be like, are you sure that's a good idea? Are you in the right shape to run a marathon? You know what that could do for your health? That's a terrible, I don't know about that. Those people are way more common in this world. You will run into way more of that second guy than you will that first guy. The first guy is a rarity. So you got to be careful with who you share your information with. I personally don't like sharing my information with really too many people at all, except for the people that are really close to me. But even certain people that are close to me, I wouldn't share certain information with, because I know how they think and how they react to certain things. So I just rather keep it to myself. Whenever you keep it to yourself, you just avoid all the negative thoughts, because your mind is fueled by, hope and ambition. So even though you know everything's not gonna go perfectly, you're just gonna figure that out along the way. Don't let your idea get shut down before you even started. Figure it out along the way. You're gonna find out that it's maybe not gonna be as easy as you want it to be, but find that out on your own. Don't let people just throw that in your head before you even get a chance to see if that's true or not. Now, I told y'all this was gonna be mainly about achieving your goals when I talk about the art of stealth, but I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak peek of some other ideas of just the art of stealth. So my second point I want to get into when it comes to the art of stealth is whenever you are super open about everything and tell people everything, just either things you want to do, things you've done, things, just anything, just sharing your thoughts without any thought behind it, this is gonna sound really manipulative, but you give other people the upper hand on you. Now, for anybody that doesn't understand what I mean by that, when I say you give people the upper hand on you, you are sitting here sharing and giving them plenty of information about you. All this information that you're giving them about you can and will be used on you at some point by a lot of people in this world. They will use it against you. They will use it to hold power over you. You probably don't want to accept it, but it's true. A lot of people will do that. They're not everybody in this world is good people. I'm sure is there more good than bad? I don't know. But I have personally met and experienced a lot more of the bad people in this world than I have the good people. And it's not a good thing, it's kind of a bad thing, because when it comes to times in my life where I do meet genuinely good people, it's a lot harder for me to let them in and allow them to get close to me. So I never overshare, I never give them any information I don't want them to have. There's a whole deeper side of this. That's why I said if y'all want a part 2 of this video, I can make one. There's a whole deeper side of it. But the very basics of it is you just don't want to give people more information than they should have on you. People will use it against you. It's also a whole nother side of we're gonna get into that in a different episode, but just to give y'all a little idea of how deep this really goes to me. But back to the idea of the whole negative thinking, it's kind of like a lot of times the people who are filling your head with these negative thoughts don't even realize how negative they're being, and a lot of times they'll actually think they're doing you a favor. They think they're doing you a favor. They think they're saving you time. They think they're saving you money. They think they're saving you from this and saving you from that. But they're really doing so much more harm than doing good. And I'm sure they don't know this. I'm sure it's not intentional. It usually is never really intentional. But they're really doing much more harm than they are doing good, and they don't even know it. So that's why you want to really just don't tell people everything. Don't tell everyone everything, at least. The people you know you can believe in to help encourage you, you can tell those people, but even then to a certain extent. You don't want to just tell them everything. Keep something valuable to you. Now, I think this next point I'm about to get into is the most important point. One of the most important points. This is reason number 3 or 4. This is the most important, or if not one of the most important ideas on this whole list. Whenever you tell people your goals, it creates like a false sense of completion in your head. Whenever you talk about it, it's kind of like an inciting thing. That's kind of where this whole dopamine idea kicks in, right? So if I'm constantly telling people, man, yeah, I want to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Just talking about it creates so much excitement, and it's like a dopamine rush to your head. And it's like almost feels like satisfaction, like as if you actually completed this task or you've done it already, because you love the idea of it so much, you love talking about it so much, it creates like this false sense of satisfaction. If you do this too often, it can kind of like, it won't discourage you, that's not the word I'm looking for, but it's kind of as if you'll lose the drive to do it. It's like you'll lose the drive to do it because you feel like you've already done it. You know, it's like it's not like, it's hard to explain. It's not that you feel like you've already done it, but it's like the levels of dopamine that hits your brain are kind of equivalent to the satisfaction you would feel had you actually completed the task, if that makes any sense. So think about how you would feel completing that task, right? Completing that goal, getting that goal done. Think about how that makes you feel. Now, think about how excited you feel just imagining the life that you would be living after completing that goal, or imagining the goal being completed already. Just that imagination is almost equivalent to how you would actually feel. So it almost creates this false sense of, accomplishment. And you don't want that, because that will allow you to get comfortable and feel like whatever you wanted to do is already done, the job is already done. So make sure y'all are being very careful with that. That's why you don't want to announce your goals too much to too many people. Okay, try to keep a lot of it to yourself. Grind in silence, Don't let them see you grinding, but let them see you shining. I like that phrase right there. So to wrap this video up, I just want to conclude everything I just said in this video. I just wanted to conclude this video, give y'all a quick wrap up of this video. You don't want to give people too much, okay? You don't want to give them too much information, because when they have this much information about you and know this much about you, they will always have the upper hand over you, especially if they aren't, if it isn't a mutual sharing. Also, people will put negative thoughts in your head, okay? A lot of times they'll be thinking that they're doing you a favor, but truthfully they're not. They're doing much more harm than good. A lot of times they don't know this, but they are. So don't blame them, but also avoid these people, because they just don't have that open mind. You don't have to completely get rid of them, but those are the people you want to really look to be spending a lot of your time with, because a lot of that is contagious. It all rubs off. You can hope you rub off on them, but you don't want them rubbing off on you, so find a good balance between it, And then a final point, and one of the most important points, you don't want to create a false sense of accomplishment by constantly talking about your goals and imagining them. And just, you can imagine them, of course, but just don't share it to people, because they feel like you've already done it. So just keep it to yourself. Imagine and use that imagination to strive to, chase that goal or chase that dream. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate y'all for joining me for another episode. I'll be trying to upload for 2 videos a week again, hopefully even more. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.